Hey there, my beautiful friends. I hope you all are doing fantabulous today. I'm going to apologize in advance in case the camera falls over or anything happens. As you guys can see, I have a cat. And she never lets me film without being involved. So, generally, if she isn't involved, it's because I've either already taken her to bed or she's napping. But as long as she's awake, she's going to be in the video. So, yeah. Right, Saf? But I just wanted to come on here and just give you guys a bit of a chat with me video and a little bit of an update. As you guys can tell, I am wearing fall clothing. I have my pumpkin, like kind of pumpkin colored overalls and my long sleeve shirt that has like spooky monsters and stuff on it. That's also Halloween themed because Halloween is coming up. So that's what we are currently doing. And today, so far, has been a good day. I just finished making a phone call to set up a doctor's appointment that I need to set up, which the doctor's appointment won't be until April. Yay! Ugh. But other than that, today has been a pretty chill day. I woke up around 8:30 this morning. I spent some time with my husband before he went off to work for the morning. And then when he got home, we went and we got KFC together, and I had some, a biscuit and a little bit of corn and a little bit of mac and cheese. That's kind of all I ate. That's kind of all I've eaten pretty much all day today, I think. I don't think I ate anything else outside of that. I had some lemonade with fruit punch together, mixed together. But outside of that, like, I've just been hanging out with and stuff. I did go out a little bit earlier and just walked around a little, picked up a couple of things that we needed from the grocery store. I went to Target and picked up some stuff that we needed. I talked to my mom and I kind of just hung out. But when I was out at the thrift store today, I got this little bag, which I absolutely love. It has the Eiffel Tower in it, and anybody who knows me knows that I have a love for the French language. I have a love for for France in general. Like, I love the history, I love the culture, I love everything about it. It's been a special interest of mine for as long as I can remember. I even taught French for a couple of years, for like 4 or 5 years, just because I love it so much. I plan at some point to get back to teaching French again because I miss it. As you guys know, I'm dealing with a lot of medical stuff right now, and with the move, I decided that after we moved to States, that I was going to take some time off to get my health and stuff in check, and hopefully get back to it eventually. I don't know when yet. I haven't had a plan time yet for when I was going to get back into it, but I am planning to get back into it. But in this little bag, the only thing that I'm carrying 2 of my comfort sheets and stuff. They're both exactly identical to this one, so there's 2 of them in here because I like to have those both with me and stuff. So that's all in here. This is where I carry all my thing, and it's really nice because I can kind of use it like as a little pillow too. So that's really nice. I like this little bag. I have been trying really hard to minimize the stuff that I bring with me. So you guys know that I have a lot of comfort things and stuff, but like right now, I've been really trying to minimize the stuff that I keep with me and stuff, or the stuff that I have with me all the time. So I have been trying to kind of put some stuff in storage. Obviously, I want to go back through my sensory closet and stuff, and reorganize some of the stuff in there, because that's where I keep like all my stuffed animals and stuff. So I want to go through that and organize some of that, and maybe at some point get some like vacuum, like at some point I either want to get rid of more stuffed animals or find a better way to organize them and stuff, because right now they're kind of all just in that space. They don't really have a particular like organization or anything, so that's something that I definitely want to do at some point. I apologize ahead of time for any coughing that I'm doing. I don't know why, but my allergies lately and my asthma have been kind of bad. I've been having these coughing fits, or I've just been having a hard time breathing because of my nose being stuffed up constantly. So I apologize in advance for any of the extra coughing that I've been doing. Um, hubby is currently in meetings. He has meetings until about 5 p.m. today. He is working from home, so he's currently downstairs working. So I'm just up in my room, relaxing, thinking about what I'm going to bring for my mother-in-law's, because we're planning to go to my mother-in-law's for the weekend, just to, to see my husband's best friend off, because he's going away for a little while for work stuff. So, and to spend some time with my mother-in-law. So I'm trying to kind of pre-plan what I'm going to bring for those couple days. I know that one of the things I'm going to bring is, obviously, I'm going to bring one of my weighted blankets, because I need my weighted blanket to sleep. So I'm planning to bring one of my weighted blankets. But as far as like what I'm planning to pack, I really don't want to pack more than maybe like my backpack. I have a backpack that I like to use for travel purposes. It's like a backpack / duffel bag. So I want to pack that and stuff, and just bring some of those things. Just bring a couple things for a couple nights. Obviously, bring things like my meds. Bring things that are important, like my meds and stuff that are important and stuff. But as far as like clothing items, I don't want to bring too much, because we're not going to need it a lot, because we're not going to be there for very long. So we're just kind of doing like a weekend getaway and stuff. So that's the plan. And so that's kind of what we're planning to do. I need to kind of just think through, because I want to figure out, like, not just for this weekend trip, but like even for when I go to my mom's, because I'm planning to visit my mom at some point before the end of the year and stuff. So I want to try to better plan for those kind of trips, because I do oftentimes tend to overpack. I tend to bring more stuff than I need, and I don't end up using it all. So I want to try to kind of figure out what exactly is going to be most beneficial for me in terms of the stuff that I want to bring, because you guys know I have comfort items, right? I have a lot of comfort items. I have a lot of things that I like to have with me when I travel, like my knee pillow and my eye mask and my comfort things, so I like to have like a stuffed animal that I can sleep with. I like to have my comfort blankets. I like to have comfort blankets with me. I like to have my comfort pillowcase, with at least 1 or 2 comfort pillowcases with me at all times. So I'm trying to kind of figure that out and figure out exactly how we're gonna fit that into packing in a way that is going to not make my load really, really heavy, but still make sure that I have the stuff that makes me feel safe. So that's kind of what I'm doing. The plan is I want to bring 1 book with me. I want to, obviously, the things that I want to bring. I want to bring my Nook for reading. I want to bring my Switch. I want to bring a comic. I want a comic book. So like the Peanuts comic, or one of my like other comic books, my comfort comic books. I want to bring 1 stuffed animal, and then obviously I'm going to bring this, and then I want to bring a comfort blanket and my weighted blanket for this trip specifically. And that's the thing, it's like when we go to my mother-in-law's, it's a lot easier for me to bring whatever I want to bring with me, right? It's a lot easier for me to bring the stuff that I want to bring, just because my mother-in-law doesn't live super far from where we are. She's in the same state as us, so she doesn't live extremely far from us, far enough that we have to go and like spend a couple of days at her house, but not far enough that I have to worry about like a plane trip or something. Obviously for a plane trip it's a little bit different, but yeah. But when I go to like my mom's, obviously I have like a suitcase that I travel with, like a little small, like a child-sized suitcase, basically. That's what I bring to my mom's usually. And so for that, my mom has a weighted blanket at her house that I keep at her house, so I don't have to worry as far as that is concerned. I don't have to worry about that. But outside of that, like, kind of narrowing down the most important stuff that has to be with me no matter where I travel. Obviously, my medical stuff, like inhaler, EpiPen, allergy meds, my regular meds, my meds for my stomach, those kind of things, which I have a little pouch that I put all of that stuff in, and stuff. But yeah, I want to try to better figure this out, you know, because I have so much stuff I want to bring with me all the time, and it ends up getting really, like, it ends up getting really overwhelming for me, because I always end up being really stressed about travel, just because traveling means being away from my comfort space, being away from all the things that I'm familiar with. So I don't want to have that stress. And so I want to plan ahead of time to make sure that I have the things that I need for all of that, you know? So like getting together like a travel list of exactly the stuff that will be coming with me whenever I travel, regardless of where I go and stuff, just to make my life easier when it comes to actually packing those things. But yeah, I thought that today, since I have some time, we can kind of go through that together a little bit, and I can kind of talk you guys through some of my ideas. If you guys have any suggestions, you know, of what you guys would bring, you know, if you were traveling, what you guys bring if you're neurodivergent or stuff, or have chronic illness or anything like that. Like, how do you guys pack for trips, whether that is a short trip of only a few days, or whether that is a longer trip for visiting like family for a couple weeks, or like whatever, you know. Just let me know down in the comments, like, what do you guys bring? Do you guys have like a comfort item or comfort items? They can be more than one, that you have to have with you no matter where you go, to be able to like feel secure, to feel safe. Obviously for me, there are several things, like I mentioned. I have to have my comfort, my comfort sheets, like these ones that are really, really soft and that ground me, and I carry them everywhere with me, which now this is going to be a permanent part of my carry anywhere I go, and stuff. I have to have, at nighttime for bedtime, I have to have my knee pillow, I have to have my eye mask, and I have to have a weighted blanket. So those are the things that are a must-have for bedtime. And I also have to have at least one stuffed animal with me for bedtime as well. Usually a bigger one. Obviously for travel purposes, something like my lion, which I've been sleeping with, is not something I can bring, you know. But maybe I can bring something like my dog Omi or whatnot. So something like that. Obviously, like I said, my Switch, my Nook, my reading Nook, and a comic book is important. I want to make sure I also have like my water bottle that is a comfort water bottle, because I do have those kind of things. My meds are important, obviously, so, and a couple of little fidgets. That's the other thing, is I want to be able to have a couple of fidgets with me, and a chewy, for like chewing on, which obviously like my dog Omi has a chewy on him, attached to him. My sunflower lanyard that I use whenever I go out, which is currently not around my neck, but anytime I go out, that is always on me, and that has my loop earplugs and a chewy on it as well. So I have that. Those are things that I have. Obviously, like my ID, things like that. But yeah, I figured that maybe we could pack together. I could do a little pack with me video for you guys. I don't know if it's going to be in this video or in another video. I think maybe I'll split it into two parts, where in this video maybe I'll just talk about this stuff, and then in the next video we'll actually like pack all of those things together to make sure that we have everything. But yeah, like I said, I have in the past with travel, I found traveling to be fairly stressful for me. First off, because I am out of my comfort zone, right? I'm not in my element. I'm not in my own environment. Like, my bedroom is set up for me. It has all of my comfort things. When I go to, like, my mother-in-law's, obviously I don't have a bed tent. When I go to my mom's, I obviously don't have a bed tent. So there's just these things that, like, I don't have in those environments. So I have to kind of get accustomed to not having those things. I'm not going to be able to have my giant, like, stuffed animal, like my lion that I've been sleeping with. So I need to bring something smaller in size that can kind of serve basically the same purpose as my lion. So that's either going to be my Oni, my dog, or it's going to be my tiger. That's going to kind of serve that purpose. I haven't yet decided which one of those two I'm going to bring. For my mother-in-law's, I may actually bring both because we're in the car. So, but for, like, going to my mom's, I may have to choose one or the other. So that's kind of like the thing and the reason I struggle so much with travel. Like, on one hand, like, I enjoy traveling because obviously I love going to my mom's. I love hanging out. I love going and seeing family because oftentimes when we travel, that's why we're traveling. We're not traveling to go see a new place per se. We're just traveling to go visit family. So we're going to visit different people, like my mom, my mother-in-law, or something like that, or going to like aunts and uncles' houses, on my husband's side, obviously. Or if I, like, go to Europe, obviously I'm going to visit my family, and usually then I'm going with my mom. And that's actually another thing, is when we go to Europe, generally, it is a much longer trip, which, again, means I need more stuff, and then that gets really overwhelming, and I find it difficult. I find travel difficult because I have so many different things that I need for all of those moments, like my headphones, my iPad, all of that. I have those things that I need. And then I have clothes. Obviously, we need clothes. We need stuff for different times of day. I need at least one outfit that is, like, a nicer outfit for if we go to, like, a nice place, like a restaurant or something like that. But I just find travel very difficult, personally, just for those reasons, because I'm not in my comfort zone. I'm not in a place that feels familiar to me. Like, even something as simple as moving. Like, moving is also hard for me and stuff because I'm switching environments. I'm switching the things that feel comfortable. And I don't like that. I like to have a safe space, like my bedroom is my safe space. I like to have my safe things, Also, it is hard for me to leave these ones. This is Safu. You guys have met her many times before, but we have 4 of these babies. And it is hard. Like, when I go to my mom's or when I go anywhere, I can't bring her with me. She doesn't travel very well, She prefers to be here in my room where she is safe, where she is comfortable. So I can't bring her, and I miss her dearly. Like, now, when we go to visit family, like my mom, she has a cat, Pumpkin, which you guys have probably seen in videos. My mother-in-law has a dog, which I love. I love my mother-in-law's dog so much. I love him so much. But, there's the thing with my pets. I don't have my pets there. My pets are a huge thing that help me to regulate when I'm having a hard time. And, like, when we go to my mother-in-law's, we bring Snickers with us, because we just usually do. She comes with us when we go to my mother-in-law's. Because she's kind of the one that has the hardest time being away from us, and she would not do well in stuff being left here where someone else is taking care of her. Obviously, she knows my mother-in-law. She's with us, so it's a little bit different with her. But it is hard. It is hard leaving my other 3 cats at home, and stuff, and leaving my safe space, leaving my safety thing, leaving my routine. it's harder to kind of, it's harder to replicate, if I don't even know if that's the right word, but like recreate those routines in a different environment. It's harder because in other environments, I don't have like my sensory lights. I don't have the TV. I don't have those things that bring me that comfort at night. I don't have, obviously, my bed tent that brings me comfort. You know, this is like my little cocoon. You guys have seen what my bed tent looks like. It's my little cocoon. I have all of my things in here. I have my lion. I have this here that's like a little owl thing. I have my little owl that plays music. I have all of my like sensory things that are very important for my regulation. And also, I have a lot of trauma. You guys know this. I have complex PTSD. I have, and because of complex PTSD and stuff, I also have nightmares and stuff. And I have created an environment where those nightmares aren't present as much in this environment, you know? And I also find that when I'm out of my environment, out of this kind of space, I tend to mask more. And that's not something that is like a thing that I do necessarily as a conscious thing. I'm usually mostly on masks nowadays, no matter where I go. But I do still find myself masking in certain situations, you know? And so it is harder to regulate when I'm around other people, because going to other people's houses means that they have their own routines and their own ways of doing things. And it's only been recently that at like my mother-in-law's that I've been more comfortable being completely open around things, because obviously she has seen now my room. She knows what I'm like. She encourages me to be myself. So it is in a sense, it is easier now than it used to be. But it's still a struggle, because it's a different place, you know, different place, different smells, different things. And even though I love my mother-in-law, I love my mom, I love our family, I have a wonderful family who supports me and who accepts me for who I am, it still is hard to be away from my safe space, my comforts. So, yeah. Anyway, I am probably going to upload this video for right now, because there's really not much else to talk about. I've kind of covered the important things that I wanted to cover in this video, which was just, you know, the idea of traveling, comfort objects, things like that. And I think in the next video, I am probably going to actually do like a little pack with me video where we kind of see, you know, go through things and figure out what exactly is going to be my essential travel items, you know, like what stuff is essential for me to travel with, to make sure that when I do get to having to pack, like for my mom's house, for example, I have things already packed. I have things already figured out. But yeah, anyway, I love you guys so much. And I appreciate each and every one of you that has been here through all of the things, through all of my changes, who have watched me grow, who have left amazing comments. And I hope you guys continue to join me on this continuous journey of me healing, figuring things out, you know, getting my health stuff figured out. I'm actually having a pretty good day health-wise right now, where I'm in very, very minimal pain. I've been able to eat some food without having to feel sick and stuff, because I am on some meds now for the stomach cramping that I get, which has been really helpful. So all of that stuff has been really, really good, and I've been incredibly happy. Plus my sleep is in a much better place. I'm getting to bed at normal hours now, or regular hours. So I'm usually asleep before midnight now, basically, anywhere between 9 p.m. and 11:30, 11:45. So anyway, I love you guys so, so much. As always, remember, if you're going through it, you will get through it. And remember who you are. And let me know down in the comments what your travel items are, whether that is, you know, you're autistic. What are your comfort items? Do you guys have stuff that you have to bring with you when you travel, or do you guys just pack essentials? Let me know down in the comments if you guys struggle with packing for trips, because I know it's been a huge struggle for me for a very long time. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.